What's going down, fight fans? This is Spaniard, Northwest Fight Scene. I'm sitting here with Rise Above MMA fighter Glena Avila, the super fight champion, post-fight Budo Fight 6 Pretaliation here in Bend, Oregon. She just won over Maria Andiverti, the real deal. She stepped in. We got to give props to Maria for taking the fight at week notice. Glena, that was a slick armbar that you caught fast. Talk about the transition to the armbar and the win.
Well, first things first, I was really trying to take Maria down. Maria's got great stand-up. She's got real heavy hands, fast. I didn't want to stand with her for too long, so I pretty much knew the game plan was for me to take her down, and she pretty much knew the game plan that she wanted to stand with me. So we were kind of battling around that circle, and I had her up against the cage, and I couldn't really get the kind of takedowns I wanted, so I kind of shrugged it off and just reached for a leg and figured I'd pull it out. She landed on top of me. In, I believe, half guard. So I needed to transition quick. I had her in what we call pyramid, went for a triangle. When she started to posture out of it, I flipped my hips around and went for the armbar and was able to seal the deal with that. So.
Now, what's it like to have to switch your opponent when you're training for one and then you have to take another one in a completely different style of fighter and then get ready for that right off the bat?
It's nerve-wracking. Both of the girls, Regan and Maria, have some dangerous tools in their toolbox, and so it was like flipping things up in a week. It was really difficult. But I'm used to fighting stand-up fighters. I'm used to taking them to the ground, so I just kind of fell back on what I normally do, and it worked out in this case. But yeah, you're right. I got to give Maria a lot of props. She's very tough. She hit me really hard, a couple times.
Now, the fight was quick, but it seemed like right after you kind of were limping and you had a hurt shoulder. Do you have some injuries after this fight, possibly?
Yeah, I do. I twisted my ankle on the way down. I was reaching forward. I twisted my ankle, and then I'm not sure what I did to my shoulder. I must have landed on it or something, so my shoulder feels a little tweaked. It's just part of the job.
Part of the war wounds?
Part of the job, yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, I appreciate taking the time to talk to Northwest Fight Scene as usual. Great. Thanks you. Another belt. You got to be happy with that. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah. I need to thank everybody. I need to thank Maria for taking the fight. I need to thank Budo Fights for having me, giving me a paycheck. Got to thank my family for putting up with me. Got to thank you for everything you put me through. Northwest Fight Scene for constantly doing these interviews, getting us fighters known, letting people know who we are and what we're about. That really helps us out a great deal. Got to thank the fans for coming out, supporting us, buying tickets. Without them, there wouldn't be a show. So, and I got to thank my sponsors. Got to thank Slade Bittler from Tussle Fight Gear. I have to thank Ranger Up, and I have to thank Max Muscle for keeping me healthy, keeping me stocked up on all these vitamins and supplements. So.
All right, well, you heard it here. Glena Avila, the Heartless One, super fight champion here at Budo Fight 6 Pretaliation in Bend, Oregon. Spaniard, nwfightc.com. Thank you, everybody.